The AK-47 is one of the most recognized guns in the world. Its unmistakable profile and rugged design have made it instantly identifiable, even to those who have never held a firearm. Its shape, the sharp, rhythmic sound of its firing, and its very name are known everywhere, from remote villages to bustling cities, across continents and cultures. There are few weapons with such a powerful reputation. The AK-47 is not just a tool of war, it is a legend, a name that echoes through history and headlines alike. Some call it a tool of freedom, wielded by those fighting for their rights. Others see it as a symbol of violence and conflict, a weapon that has fueled countless wars and uprisings. It is feared by many, respected by soldiers, and even displayed on national flags, representing both struggle and resilience. Why does this rifle matter so much? And why has it become such a lasting symbol in so many places? The answer starts with its history and the people who made it, a story of innovation, necessity, and the search for reliability in the chaos of war. But it is more than just a gun. The AK-47 has become a cultural artifact, woven into the fabric of societies and the stories they tell. The AK-47 has changed wars, shaped nations, and even touched popular culture. Its image appears in movies, music, and art, making it a symbol that transcends the battlefield. It is a tool, a symbol, and sometimes an icon, representing everything from resistance to oppression, from survival to revolution. For over 75 years, the AK-47 has been used by soldiers, rebels, and even civilians. Its presence has shaped the outcome of conflicts and the lives of millions. It has become part of stories, movies, and songs, its legend growing with every retelling, its image etched into the collective memory of generations. People debate if it is a force for good or harm, a liberator or a destroyer. The conversation around the AK-47 is as complex as its history, but no one can deny its place in history. The AK-47 stands as a testament to the power of invention and the impact of a single idea on the world. This essay dives deep into the story of the AK-47, exploring its origins, its spread, and the reasons behind its enduring legacy. It looks at how it was made, why it spread so rapidly, and what it means for the world today, both as a weapon and as a symbol. The journey starts in the Soviet Union with a young tank mechanic and a simple dream: to create a rifle that would change the course of history. Mikhail Kalashnikov grew up in a poor Russian family, living in a small village surrounded by forests and fields. Life was hard and resources were scarce, but these early struggles shaped his character and determination. Even as a boy, he was fascinated by machines and loved fixing things. He would often take apart old equipment just to see how it worked, always eager to learn and improve. During World War II, Kalashnikov served as a tank mechanic in the Soviet army. He gained valuable experience working under pressure, repairing tanks on the front lines. In 1941, Kalashnikov was wounded in battle and sent to recover in a military hospital. This unexpected pause in his life gave him time to reflect on the needs of soldiers. While recovering, he began to think seriously about guns and how they could be improved. He started sketching ideas in his notebook, driven by a desire to help his fellow soldiers. He listened to soldiers complain that their rifles often jammed or broke during intense battles, putting their lives at risk. These stories inspired him to find a solution. Kalashnikov decided he would create something better, a weapon that would not fail in the heat of combat. He worked tirelessly in a makeshift workshop, using whatever materials he could find. He wanted a gun that was simple to use, incredibly strong, and reliable in any condition, whether it was mud, snow, or sand. His vision was a weapon that any soldier could trust. Despite having no formal training as a gun designer, Kalashnikov relied on his own ideas, creativity, and a relentless determination to succeed. He taught himself everything he needed to know. In 1947, after years of hard work and countless prototypes, he finally finished the design for his new rifle. The Soviet army tested his invention and were impressed by its performance. The rifle was durable, easy to use, and rarely jammed, even in the toughest conditions. The gun was officially named Automat Kalashnikova, 1947, or simply the AK-47. It quickly became a symbol of Soviet engineering. The AK-47 was soon adopted as the main rifle for Soviet soldiers, changing the way armies fought around the world. Kalashnikov did not invent the idea of the assault rifle, but he perfected it, creating a weapon that would become legendary for its simplicity and reliability. Above all, Kalashnikov wanted to help his country and protect his people. He saw his invention as a way to defend the homeland. Despite his achievement, he never became rich from his invention. He lived modestly, proud of his contribution, but never seeking personal fortune. Yet, his name and his rifle would soon be known around the world, forever changing the history of warfare and leaving a lasting legacy. The AK-47's design is simple but clever. It was created to be easy to use, even for people who had never handled a gun before. Every part has a purpose, and nothing is wasted or overly complicated. It uses a gas-operated system, which is a key part of its legendary reliability. When a bullet is fired, some hot gas from the explosion is channeled to push a piston above the barrel. This piston moves backward with force, ejects the old shell, and loads the next bullet into the chamber, all in one smooth motion. This cycle happens incredibly fast, allowing the gun to fire many shots in a row, either semi-automatically or fully automatically. The AK-47 fires a medium-power bullet, the 7.62 cost 39mm cartridge, which balances power and control. It is not as powerful as some old rifles from past wars, but it is strong enough for most battles and easier to handle during rapid fire. The magazine holds 30 bullets, giving soldiers plenty of shots before they need to reload, which is a big advantage in combat. The gun can fire one bullet at a time for careful aiming, or unleash a burst of bullets with a single pull of the trigger, depending on the setting chosen by the shooter. Kalashnikov built the gun to be tough and dependable, no matter where it was used. It can work in mud, sand, snow, and rain, harsh environments that would stop many other guns. Soldiers do not need special training to use or fix it. Its simple design means it can be taken apart and put back together quickly, even in the field. Even if it gets dirty, clogged with dust, or covered in mud, it still works when you need it most. That is why so many people, from soldiers to freedom fighters, trust it with their lives. The AK-47 is not the most accurate gun, but it is famously reliable. Some even call it soldier-proof, because it keeps working when others fail. That is why armies and fighters around the world choose it when lives are on the line, making it one of the most trusted weapons ever made. The first AK-47s were heavy and made of steel and wood. Over time, the Soviets improved the rifle. In 1959, they made the AKM, a lighter version with stamped metal parts. This made it faster and cheaper to build. Other countries copied the AK-47 or made their own versions. There are folding stock models for paratroopers. Some have grenade launchers or can fire different bullets. The basic design stays the same, but small changes make each type unique. China made its own Type 56 rifle. East Germany, Egypt, and many others created their own AK versions. Some are short, some are long, but all share the same simple heart. Today, there are over 100 million AK-style rifles in the world. Newer models use plastic, rail systems, and modern sights, but even the old wood and steel AK-47s still work just as well. After World War II, the Soviet Union wanted its allies to be strong. They gave away AK-47s to friendly countries and trained their soldiers. Pretty soon, factories across Eastern Europe and Asia were making the rifle. Revolutionaries and guerrillas loved the AK-47 because honestly, it was easy to use and easy to fix. Many African, Middle Eastern and Asian armies got AK rifles, either straight from the Soviets or as copied versions. The gun became a symbol of rebellion too. Even when the Cold War ended, the AK-47 just kept spreading. Sometimes rifles were sold for money. Other times, they were traded or even stolen. In some places, a single AK-47 is worth a fortune. In others, believe it or not, it is cheaper than a goat. Today, the AK-47 can be found almost everywhere. From jungles to deserts, cities to mountains, it is part of daily life for many people. The AK-47 has fought in almost every major conflict since the 1950s. In Vietnam, North Vietnamese soldiers used AKs against American troops who carried heavier rifles. In Afghanistan, rebels fought Soviet forces using both Soviet and copied AKs. African wars, from Angola to Somalia, saw the AK-47 in the hands of fighters on all sides. The Middle East is full of AKs, used by armies and militias alike. In Latin America, guerrillas and drug cartels use the rifle for power and protection. The gun is not just for regular soldiers. Child soldiers, freedom fighters, and criminals have all used the AK-47. It has shaped not just battles, but the way wars are fought. Its presence often means war is close by. The AK-47 is more than a weapon. In some places, it is a family treasure or a sign of manhood. Some African tribes use AKs in dances or ceremonies. In other countries, the gun appears on flags or money, showing national pride or struggle. But the rifle has also brought pain. It is linked to violence, crime, and fear in many cities and villages. Easy to buy, hard to control, the AK-47 can give power to anyone. This has changed the way people live and feel about safety. Artists, writers, and musicians use the AK-47 as a symbol. Sometimes it means resistance. Sometimes it is a warning. The gun has become part of world culture, both good and bad. The AK-47's reach goes far beyond soldiers. It has changed families, communities, and even the way wars are remembered. Many guns have come and gone, but the AK-47 remains. Why? Its design is simple, so almost anyone can use it. It almost never jams, even if you treat it badly. Parts are easy to find and repairs are simple. The rifle is cheap to make compared to Western guns like the American M16. It works in mud, ice, or sand, where others might fail. This toughness is what soldiers and fighters love most. The AK-47 is not perfect. It is not very accurate at long range, but for most fights, that does not matter. Its speed and power are enough. The gun's look and sound are also unforgettable. No other rifle has changed so many wars or lasted so long. It is a tool for many, a legend for all. There are many stories about the AK-47. Some say it can shoot underwater or never breaks. Others think it is only for criminals. The truth is, the AK-47 is just a tool. Its power comes from the people who use it. A fun fact: the number 47 in AK-47 comes from the year it was finished, 1947. Another myth is that Kalashnikov got rich. In fact, he lived simply and was proud he gave soldiers a good weapon. The AK-47 appears everywhere, in video games, movies, and even on t-shirts. Some people collect them, others fear them. The rifle has become a symbol, not just a machine. The AK-47 story is full of legend and truth. Its real magic is how it keeps changing to fit new times and people. The AK-47 is more than a gun. It is a piece of history that shaped nations and lives. For some, it is a symbol of freedom. For others, it is a sign of conflict and loss. Its story is both proud and painful. From battlefields to city streets, the AK-47 remains important. It is used by armies, rebels, and even police. It still shapes wars, politics, and the lives of millions. Why does it last? Because it works. Because it is simple. Because it passed from hand to hand, crossing borders and generations. No other rifle has its reach or power. As long as people fight, the AK-47 will be part of their story. It is a tool, a legend, and a lesson in both invention and consequence.